determined as follows. Resolution of the vector can be determined as the summation of f of y squared plus summation of f of x squared. This is Pythagoras theorem, true of us. I mean, Pythagoras theorem, right? Yes. It is something as r equals to square root of summation of f of y squared plus summation of f of x squared. Now, once you are able to determine the resultant, you know we are dealing with vector, right? Vector usually have direction and what? Magnitude. This is the magnitude of the resultant. Whatever I have is the magnitude of the resultant. Now, in determining the direction of this now, you apply what we call tan theta equals to summation of f of y over summation of f of what? X. So, having done that, theta is now going to be tan inverse of what you have here. Summation of f of y over summation of f of what? X. Whatever I have is what? Theta. And theta is the direction of what? This what? Resultant. Okay. So, by looking at resolution of more than two vectors, looking at the example on the board, the diagram above shows four forces acting at a point. Calculate their resultant and what? Direction. How many forces? They said four forces. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have to calculate their resultant with respect to x and y axis. X is the horizontal component, y is the vertical component. And in each direction, we have two directions. Along the horizontal, we have negative direction, we have positive direction. Along the vertical, we have positive and we have the negative. So signs are very important. So let's do that by horizontal components. That's x. Vertical component. Y. So let's do that. Applying the knowledge of resolution of two vectors. Remember, vertical component in resolving two vectors is what? R what? Y equals to R sine theta. Then horizontal is Rx equals to R cos theta. You take note of this. So starting from this way, clockwise direction. This is the first force. 10. So we have 10 while resolving with respect to horizontal components. So we are starting this way. Of course, you know that from this point to this way is what? Positive. So that is to say that this force is what? Positive. So we have 10 cos. The angle is what here? 30 degrees. We have 30 equal to, we determine it later. Then the next angle is what? Force is what? 12. Along the negative x-axis. So it's going to have a negative sign here. Yeah. So we have minus 12 cos. The angle is what? 40 degrees. 40 degrees. Now coming down here, we don't have angle, right? But that's to tell you that that's you know 90. That this is 90 degrees. Yes. So is it negative? No, it's positive because this is dividing line. Okay. So this is positive. So we have 9 cos 90 degrees. Then moving down here, the angle, the force is positive or negative? It's positive because it's along the positive x-axis. So we have 15 cos. It's not 60. Is it 60?
No. It's not 60.
It's what?
90 minus 60.
Very good. 90 minus 60 equals to 30 degrees. So that means we have 15 cos 30 degrees. What was it? Now let's work it out. Let's determine the value of what is here. So cos 30 is what?
Cos 30 there is 0.8660.
Okay, times 10. Just give us the answer.
So it will give us 8.66.
8.66. 2 decimal places. 67, right?
Yes.
Newton.
No, 66. It's
That's
660.
Okay.
660, so it will
Okay,
be 66.
66. Newton. You remember all the forces are expressed in Newton.
Yes.
So this is cos 40 is what?
0.7660
Times 12.
times 12. So it gives us 9.19 Newton.
That's minus
9.19.
Okay.
19.
Approximately.
Yes, 19 Newton.
Newton. Very good. Now cos 90 is what?
Is 0.
Is 0. So that means
Everything here is 0.
Now cos 30 is what?
Cos 30 so it will give us 0.8660
Times 15.
times 15.
Hmm.
12.99
0.99
Newton.
So now what we are going to do finally now is to sum up negative forces and have positive forces, and you have to sum up. Students often make mistake here. What you have to do is to sum up the negative forces together, sum up the positive forces together, and thereafter finally you subtract the negative from the what? Positive. Whatever I have is your answer. So in this case, we just have one negative value. This is minus this. So what you are going to do now is add 8.66 plus 12.99
It will give us 21.65.
minus 9.19. That will give us the total sum.
12.46.
Very good. 12.46 Newton. That's how to calculate for horizontal. Now let's do that quickly for vertical. Now, in resolving these forces with respect to vertical component, you also consider the positive direction and what? Negative direction. Knowing fully well that from here to here is what? Positive, and this way is what? Negative. Starting this way also. So we have this will be positive, right?
Yes.
So we have 10 considering this sign now.
Sign.
So this R now is 10, is the force, y direction. So we have 12 sine 40. So coming here, is it negative? Yes.
Yes, it's down.
Minus y. So you have minus 9 sine 90. Now coming here, is it negative or positive? Negative. Y axis. So I have minus 15 sine. The angle is what?
60.
It's what? 60, right?
Yes, it's 60.
60.
It's 7.5.
Times
The answer.
15.
No, I've already times it. It's 7.5
7.5. 7.5 what?
Newton.
Newton. Do the addition again.
So
8.66 plus 7.5
16.16.
minus 9.19.
6.97
Very
Newton.
good. I've sum it before. 6 point what?
97 Newton.
97 Newton. That's good. This is what I was doing. So the angles, whether with respect to vertical or horizontal, must be the same. You understand?
Yes.
The only difference is the sign. Vertical is sine, horizontal is what? Cos. That's just it. So sine 30 is what? Sine 30.
Oh, okay. Sine 30. So it gives 0.5.
Times 10.
5.
5?
Yes.
5 Newton. Now sine 40 is what?
0.6427.
Times 12.
Okay, times 12. It will be 7.71 Newton.
7.71
Newton.
Newton. Now sine 90 is what?
Sine 90 is that to give you 1
Times minus 9. That's
minus 9.
Newton. Now sine 60
So give you 0.8660
times 15.
times 50 to
Okay.
give you 12.99.
That's minus 12. 2 days 1
Yes, 12.99 Newton.
Now, this is what you are going to do for me now, quickly. Have, we have, there's equal sharing now.
Yes.
2 forces are negative, 2 are what? Positive. So, sum up the negative for me.
Minus 9.
No, you don't need to put minus, I just add up 9 plus, whatever I have is
Yes, negative.
Yes. So 9 plus 12.99.
It will give you 21.99.
That's minus 21.99. Oh?
Yes.
Newton. So, clean it up. That is 5 plus 7.71. Then whatever I have, you subtract this from it.
Okay.
5 plus 7.7.
It will give us 12.71.
Minus this.
21.99. It will give us minus 9.28.
Very good. Minus 9.28 Newton. So, summation of f of y is minus 9.28 Newton. Now, they will always ask you to present this, to represent it on a what? Sketch. To show the direction as far as y is concerned.
Yes.
Now, representing this, that is to tell you that the direction along this is what? Positive x direction. True or false?
True.
Along vertical is towards what? Negative what? Direction. So this how the graph looks like. It's going to be like this. Then this is the resultant. This is the resultant. Now, our resultant is what? Summation of f of x, which is what? 6.97 Newton. Vertical is what? Towards the negative direction. Minus 9.28 Newton. And the angle is with respect to what?
So with respect to
horizontal direction.
X.
Yes. You must always be asked to present it like this. Now, the question is, if assuming here is positive, is it going to be like this?
No, you add them together.
Assuming this value is positive, both of them are positive. It's going to be in this direction. You know that?
Yes. 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 Because it is on top.
Yes, you understand? So you take note of that.
Yes.
Assuming both values are positive, it's going to be like in this form. Then the angle this direction. So the sign tells you which direction to sketch the magnitude and the direction with respect to x and y axis. So if this is done, we can conveniently calculate our result. True or false? So we have r squared equals to what? Summation of what? F of y squared plus summation of f of x squared. So r squared is equal to summation of f of y is what? Minus what?
Minus
9.28 squared plus 6.97 squared. So we have taking square root of both sides. You have r equals to square root of what? Minus 9.28 squared plus 6.97 squared. So, negative multiply itself gives you positive value, right?
Yes.
So, minus 9.28 times minus 9.28 will give a positive value. So, minus and minus is plus.
It will give you 86.12.
86.12 plus
it will give you 48.48.
48.58. Now sum up.
Okay, I should sum up. Okay.
Yeah, sum up.
86.12 plus 48.58. 134.7. That is
That will give what?
11.61.
11.61 Newton. So these are the bottom. Now the direction. The direction of this resultant is these are equal to summation of f of y over summation of f of x, which is what?
Minus 9
Over So tell us.
So the answer is 1.33 minus 1.33
1 point
minus 1.33.
minus 1.33. So theta now is going to be your tan inverse.
Minus 1.33. The answer is minus 50.